Fighting for freedom, liberty, and the restoration of the Constitution. The Patrick Riggins Show. Call in now at 865-243-8255. That's 243-TALK. And now your host, Patrick Riggins.
Oh, you're not going to do that, Tori? No. I knew you couldn't resist. All right. Back with the Patrick Riggins Show.
I just don't know what to say.
We had to pull Tori off the dance floor to get him over here to do the board here.
It makes me feel like a disco dance.
We need one of those lighted floors and the fog machine.
Disco ball
hanging up.
Well, you'll never get me to work then.
Yeah. You don't have a white suit you can wear?
No.
And say, hey, there's Ted Nugent in a white suit.
Why is Ted Nugent disco dancing?
Yeah, or Jesus. Well, I don't know which one they might say that is.
Jesus digs the disco.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll get to this real quickly here in the last segment. A movie that's been running on satellite recently is one of the Pirates of the Caribbean, or Caribbean, whichever you pronounce, series in which the characters, in this movie, the characters are trying to find the Fountain of Youth. Now, I know everyone out there is racking their brain to figure out how this works into Libertarian Show. What I found particularly funny is how it mentions something I've suggested on this show before. Now, to set up the clip, there are two groups of pirates, one led by Blackbeard and another by a pirate named Hector Barbosa. Now, Blackbeard and Hector hate one another, so they order their men to fight in order to defeat the other group. Now, Jack Sparrow, he's the main pirate character in the movie, and he holds no allegiance to either side. But when they order this, he pipes up, and here's his advice.
I just need to understand something. Right, so you will fight against them, they will fight against you, all on account of him wanting to kill him. Where is the sense? Exactly. I say, let them fight each other. Or we lay back, watch, have a drink, play some wagers. Hey!
In case you couldn't get all that, I know there's a lot of background noise since they're in a cave during that part of the movie. What he said was, you will fight against them, they will fight against you, all on the account of him wanting to kill him. Where's the sense? I say, let them fight each other while we lay back, watch, have a drink, play some wages. Here it is again. Now you know what it says, what he says. It'll be a little bit easier to hear it the second time around.
I just need to understand something. Right, so you will fight against them, they will fight against you, all on account of him wanting to kill him. Where is the sense? Exactly. I say, let them fight each other. Or we lay back, watch, have a drink, play some wagers. Hey!
Exactly. Now, if you want to hear the Patrick Riggins version of it, here's a clip from my show, August 8th, earlier this year.
Do you ever notice these leaders, these supposedly devout people who will do anything for jihad, they don't ever strap bombs to themselves and become a martyr. It seems to always be a good idea for someone else to do it, but never the leaders. People are not the ones who go to war. I think a lot of the world is starting to wake up to this realization. It is governments that go to war. And in the same way, it always seems to be a good idea to send you over to fight, but never for them to go over and fight. If it's the leaders who want to fight, let's let them fight. I don't have a problem with that.
Scary how our principles are starting to leak into the general population, even over at Disney. I was watching that movie the other night, and when I saw that part, I knew I just had to play it on the show. Incidentally, if you want to listen to that whole show that clip's from, it's on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/Patrick Riggins Show. The air date again on that was August 8th of this year. And if you don't want to listen to the whole show to get to just that part, you can hit clip 3 from that date. You'll see it on that channel. It'll have the air date, August 8th, and then clip 3 from that date, and that contains the part I just played. Now, but you should listen to the whole show, because every show has tons of information and more common sense and logic than you'll hear just about anywhere else. What I do mean just about. I should say absolutely everywhere else. When this show's over today, it'll get posted tonight or tomorrow, depending on how busy the staffers are. In the evening or tomorrow, you can listen to this show, too, on that same channel. Real quickly, here at the end of the show, I ran across this week, and I probably listeners of the show have been keeping up with this, that Colorado and Washington legalized marijuana in their respective states. Yeah, Tory's cheering his, not that Tory's doing that, I'm just saying he agrees with freedom.
Support the freedom of choice.
Exactly. As Ron Paul said, tolerance doesn't mean acceptance. Anyway, the head of the United Nations International Narcotics Control Board is calling on our Attorney General, Eric Holder, to legally challenge those ballot initiatives in Colorado and Washington. And what I thought was so interesting is that he says it sends the wrong message abroad, and he hopes Attorney General Eric Holder will take all necessary measures to ensure that marijuana possession and use remains illegal throughout the U.S. It's really, really nice how the United Nations knows what's best for us, and we don't. Of course, our government assumes the same thing about its citizens, doesn't it? Anyway, we're up on the end of the show. This is the Patrick Riggins Show. If you want more information about us, it's really easy to find. You can go to Facebook.com, and then /Patrick Riggins Show. You can also be sure and hit that like button if you have an account on Facebook, but you don't have to have an account. You can just go to that Facebook.com /Patrick Riggins Show. We're also on Twitter at the little @ Patrick Riggins. And as I just previously mentioned, you can go to our YouTube channel at youtube.com and then /Patrick Riggins Show. And that has all the old shows as well as this show probably tonight or tomorrow. You can also reach us good old-fashioned email, patrickriggins@gmail.com. And really old-fashioned U.S. mail, just send it care of the station here on Kingston Pike. Join me next Sunday afternoon where once again we'll talk about freedom, liberty, and the restoration of the Constitution. This is Patrick Riggins. We'll see you next Sunday afternoon at 2 p.m. Have a great week.
Join us again next week for a solid dose of truth on the Patrick Riggins Show. Every Sunday from 2 to 3 p.m. Be there.